Standing tall in the heart of Paris, this metal giant has captured the world's imagination for over a century. It is a living monument, expanding 15 centimeters in heat and swaying gracefully in the wind.
Hidden high in the clouds lies a secret apartment where Eiffel hosted Thomas Edison, celebrating this engineering triumph. Panic gripped Paris. Tabloids screamed that Eiffel had gone mad and committed suicide, predicting the tower would collapse.
This is the untold story of an industrial battle where geometry conquered gravity forever. Paris, the late 19th century, a city of stone and gaslight, ripe for revolution.
Rejected by Barcelona for being too ugly, Eiffel's design found its destiny in Paris. Eiffel's brilliant engineer Maurice Koechlin sketched the first draft, a bold 300-meter pylon.
To win the competition, architect Steven Silvestre added the monumental arches, breathing elegance into raw iron. With limited government funding, Eiffel mortgaged his own business, gambling 80% of the cost personally.
300 intellectuals, including Maupassant and Dumas, signed a furious manifesto decrying the monstrous tower. On January 28, 1887, work finally began, transforming Champ de Mars into a geological battlefield.
The north and west piers, right beside the Seine, faced constant threat from the waterlogged soil. To hold back the mighty river, workers labored deep underwater inside pressurized, claustrophobic steel caissons.
Massive masonry foundations were built at an exact angle of 54 degrees, supporting the tower's legs. By June 1887, the geotechnic battle was won. 4 colossal concrete feet stood ready for the giant. At Levallois-Perret, 18,000 parts were prefabricated with a precision of 1/10 of a millimeter. Horse-drawn carts delivered these massive iron puzzles, ready for the most dangerous assembly ever attempted. Using steam-powered creeper cranes that climbed the legs, the iron was hoisted higher into the sky. Working at dizzying heights, these iron acrobats braved the freezing winds, defying death with no safety nets. 2.5 million rivets were driven by hand, bound forever in a synchronized metal symphony. Frozen in the harsh winter of 1888, the workers struck, demanding hazard pay for their perilous work. March 1888, the 4 tilted legs reached the first platform. A tiny misalignment would mean total collapse. Eiffel used 800-ton hydraulic jacks and adjustable sandboxes, aligning the giant legs with millimeter precision. A triumph of geometry. The 4 independent legs locked together into one unshakable, unified structure. Despite the dangers, only one man died, falling at night while trying to impress his companion. On March 31, 1889, Eiffel climbed 1,710 steps to unfurl the French flag. Facing demolition in 1909, Eiffel saved the tower by making it a scientific laboratory. With Captain Ferrier, the tower became a military radio antenna reaching over 6,000 kilometers away. In World War I, the tower's radio intercepted crucial German messages, altering the Battle of the Marne. Those invisible waves captured the legendary double agent Mata Hari, sealing her fate before a firing squad. During World War II, brave French fighters cut the elevator cables, forcing Hitler to face the stairs. In August 1944, as Paris was liberated, the tricolor rose again, a symbol of eternal freedom. In 1985, a lighting revolution turned the cold iron into a golden sculpture, glowing from within. A monument of science, freedom, and beauty. The Iron Lady of Paris, shining eternally into the future.